Hello, and welcome back to another Rise of Empire Ice of Fire video with me, Mr. Gill. Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you so much for all of your previous views, likes, comments, suggestions, subscriptions, and all of that jazz. Ladies and gentlemen, we're sitting on roughly 200 days into this playthrough. 200 days of my hard-earned time has gone into creating what is, and it might not be that impressive to you, but it is to me, but this is the fastest I have actually leveled a castle, the most powerful I've ever been. No, I did have a C25 somewhere. But this is the fastest without a doubt. Within 200 days to be at C24, to be knocking on the door of T9s at the end of Rock Season 2 is pretty fast for me. This has been done with zero spend. The only thing I spent money on was the $1 to get my pretty face in the chat. There we go, Santa Claus, Santa Gill. I've spent $1 on that to get my pretty face in the chat. Otherwise we've had zero spend. We've also done this with zero farm. So I did create a farm back in the first week. That farm is still level 7. I've never attacked it. I just created it to make a video to say here's how you make a farm. And we've also done this with zero raiding. I have never attacked another player for resources or anything like that. I don't think I've attacked another player ever. I think I've shouted a couple of people, and that's it. So zero spend, zero farm, zero raid, C24 within 200 days. I'm quite happy with this. Some of you will ask, why, Gil, why would you do this when it's so easy to make 100 farms, and then I get 100 million resources each day, and then I've got T9 troops, and then I sit on top of the world? Well, someone who said this. That's not really the way I like to play. I like to challenge myself. I like to make things a little bit more difficult. I've done this many, many times. And so I do like to kind of give myself little tasks, little goals within the game that make it more interesting for me. So where are we at, and what are we going to do? We are at about 200 days, and what's going to happen next is Eden. Now, if you've never played Eden before, Eden is what comes after the first 2 seasons of Reign of Chaos. Back in the day, there used to be 4 seasons of Reign of Chaos, then they went down to 3, and then they went down to 2, and then Eden came. If you are in a newer state and you're coming to Season 2 of Reign of Chaos, or maybe you're coming up to the end of Season 2 of Reign of Chaos, and you don't see something that says Eden is coming or anything like that, do not stress. Eden will come. Eden will come for sure. Without a doubt, it will be coming. It just doesn't say it necessarily. There's some, when these developers update this game, and you'll notice this, and this is the best example of this, is this shit here. Yeah, so puzzle piece, this sort of stuff. When they update, they're very bad at cleaning previous crap away. Yeah, so things that are left over, they rarely clean them out. And so when they took away Season 3 of Reign of Chaos, they didn't then change the name of Season 3 to Eden. So you have Season 3 heroes, but Eden is technically Season 1 of Eden. It's not Season 3 of Reign of Chaos, it's Season 1 of Eden. So the Season 3 heroes should technically be called Season E heroes, or Season E1 heroes, or something like that. However, that's just me rambling on because it makes me grumpy. Eden will come to you after you've done 2 seasons of Reign of Chaos, without a doubt, especially in the newer states. Now, we're going to do a video on what Eden is as we get closer to it, so probably next week, or maybe within 10-12 days we'll do a video on Eden. And we're just going to talk about the first things you need to do, and what's going to happen on the day of Eden's launching. However, for us to get ready to Eden, we need to be in a particular place. The game was advanced enormously since my first castle, and if you're on my YouTube or a member of my YouTube page, you would have seen that I posted a community post the other day. I have found the login details to my first test castle from I think it was state 76. I haven't opened it yet. I'm tempted to open it and see what happened. I know that someone within my alliance, Grax, did it the other day, and he said, oh, you should go and check it out, it'd be a cool video. And I'm like, yeah, actually it might be a cool video, so we'll think about that. I just don't want to open it and it ruins everything. While it's closed, it's like a Schrodinger's cat sort of situation. It's still cool while it's closed. However, in order to get ready for Eden, there's a couple of things we need to do. We are not the best in the game. We're never going to be the best. There's too many people playing this game. There's been too many people playing for years to be the best. We're not spending the money. we're not running the farms, and to be honest, I'm only logged in maybe once or twice a day, whereas some people are logging in 5 or 6 times a day for hours at a time. So I have to be realistic about what I can achieve. So what do I want to achieve within the next 2 weeks before Eden is launched? I would have loved to have T9s. How close are we to getting T9s? Not that close. I'll be honest, not that close at all. If we pop into the research here, we still haven't finished zone commemoration. That's going to take, what, 8% out of improved medical facilities, 11% out of zone com. That's going to take a week alone. And all of our resources just to finish those two off. And those two are the best things that we should focus on now. And we should have been focusing on earlier in the season, but I was too lazy and I forgot. In order to unlock T9 heroes, we need to get one of these trainings up to a high enough point. If we pop down here, say for footmen, we could see here, yeah, we're not unlocking, where is it? Blah, 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 blah. I don't know, we're not unlocking them somewhere. It's somewhere there. And that's also annoying. Was it here? Basic military. No, it's not there. Yeah, it's in the footmen research. So we'll have to unlock these guys up to, I don't know, 60, 70, 80, 50, 100,000%. And that's going to take some time. So realistically, I am not going to get to T9 heroes before... Did this game just show you an ad? Did BlueStacks just put an ad there? I'll have to look back at that. It's bloody annoying. They've got a little window on the side now that shows you ads. It sucks. I hope it didn't show you an ad. I apologize if it did. I'll try and cut that out. So we're not going to get to T9s by that time. We might have the capability to enhance, which is what we're probably going to focus on. So enhancing some of our T1s. So my focus now at the start, oh, not at the start, right now, is to be training as many T1 troops as I can. Obviously, with the research, you can, if I have access to T9 troops, I can upgrade or I can promote a T1 to a T9, until I get to the point right down the bottom here, T7, 9 footmen can be promoted. So until I get to that point, which is a considerable way away, I'm not going to be able to promote my T8s to T9s. So it's far better and smarter to be making a ton of T1s and having those T1s ready to promote to T9 whenever you get access to the T9. So that's what I'm doing now, is currently really heavily focusing on training as many T1s as I can. Now I'm focusing on T1 foot because Eden obviously does have an elements that are similar to rock in terms of demolition power is super important, being able to take tiles is super important, all that kind of stuff. So foot are still my best opportunity at the moment in order to be able to have a high demolition power. If you don't know, footmen have a higher demolition power. So that's what I would like first. So currently training as many of those. Now how many do I want? You know, Guardian, who we occasionally do videos with Guardian, and we will get back to doing those shortly whenever we're both not as busy as we are. Guardian suggested he wants 10 million T8 foot, or that's what he suggested as a goal. That's a stretch. That's a very, very stretchy goal. I'm definitely not going to be able to train 10 million heavy pikemen by that time, within 2 weeks. However, what I do know is I could probably train, I don't know, maybe get to 3 million. Possibly get to 4 million. I don't know. It's hard to say. I'm training like 6,000 at a time. That's quite a lot of training to do. So we'll see if we get there or not. Most importantly, I think for me currently, is to really get the research focused on, to continuously train these T1 troops so that we've got things and ready. We have options when it comes. And also to get some actual gear going on. Now, if you, like me, only play kind of periodically throughout the day, you might pop in for half an hour in the morning and then half an hour in the evening. Things like the blacksmith materials are where you'll notice that you start to fall down a lot, because this is continuous crafting, continuous attacking of marauders like destroyers or the axe guy. What's his name? Boltan? Not Boltan. What's the axe guy's name? What's Zoltan? Gale. Tomahawk. This guy gives you like materials as well, blacksmith materials. So if you're not doing that constantly, you're going to notice that you don't have as many materials. So you can't make higher tier material. I'm still stuck on blues for nearly everything. However, I am being able over the next 2 weeks to attack as much things as I possibly can, and to log in. It's just fallen in a good point in my life. I can log in a little bit more. Going to be attacking quite consistently through the day. So hopefully we can get at least, I don't know, 1 or 2 pieces of gold equipment made by the end of the 2 week period. What other things do we need to do in order to prepare for Eden? This has been the hardest one. Is you need to get with a strong team. So if you don't know, Eden is, you join a guild and you go and fight. It's kind of having the state kind of isn't as important anymore as your alliance is important, and being with people who are going to be fighting with you at the same time and all that kind of stuff. So you need to join your alliance with someone big. We made that decision a little while ago. We've had some discussions and done some stuff. If you don't know, I transferred mastership of the alliance over to Guardian so that he could take care of it, because he's a bit smarter than me. So we have now and are currently in a merger process with the top alliance in our state, the Hangover Crew. Our guys are moving all the way over there, and these guys will be renamed, and then this one will be renamed as well, and eventually this will be the Return sitting up here, and all of our active peeps from the Return will go into there. You will notice if somebody wasn't active during Reign of Chaos, they're not going to be active during Eden. And to be honest, while it's hard and it's a sad thing to say, they're holding your team back. So it's fine, they can be in another alliance. There could be a smaller alliance that is not necessarily as active, doesn't really care as much about some of the generous rewards. However, if you have a lot of active players, as a leader within your group, you need to move everybody in. So the most active players are together, because that's how you're going to achieve the best rewards for everyone. And it's nothing wrong if you can't play very often. And again, this is why I'm no longer R5. I'm not actually even R4 anymore, because I just don't want to commit to that sort of effort without following through. I think it's a bit rude to everybody else who's putting in enormous effort. That we have players who spend quite a lot of money, and players who spend quite a lot of time. Good whack of their daily time is spent in the game trying to improve themselves. So I think it's really important that everybody understands when you get to this point. During Reign of Chaos it's kind of fun, yeah, but when you get to Eden it does become a little bit more serious, because somebody has invested time, invested their money, and we need to make sure that we're supporting them, they're supporting us. So your best players, your most active players should be in the best alliance. Your least active players should be kind of either helped to be more active or moved into a smaller alliance where they're going to not potentially take up the spot of somebody who is more active. So that's the big thing that we've kind of done recently over the last couple of weeks and aimed at, is kind of getting all our actives together, finding a suitable location where we can merge, join together with other very active people, and then move forward from there on. So those are the big things we should be focused on. As soon as Reign of Chaos Season 2 starts to come to an end, think about what you're going to do in Eden. Make sure you have those troops. If you're not going to get to T9, train all the T8 in the world. Make sure your research is done. Don't be like me. Finish your zone com. To be honest, you should have finished your zone com back at the start of Season 2, to be honest, if you were good. Finish your zone com. Get your blacksmith working overtime. These things are integral to giving you that little bit of extra when you're going for it. Hero-wise, you should be pretty good. I've never done much, and bam, these heroes are just coming through all the time. So I've got heaps of heroes. It is just about being consistent with these guys, leveling them up, opening them, awakening them as you need. But I'm worried less about heroes now than I am about troops and research. Heroes might be something we look at as we get more rewards from Eden and we can open up Season 3 heroes and all that stuff. Then it's about who am I replacing? Which base hero, which boring hero am I getting out, and which Season 3 hero am I going to focus on? Anyway, I hope that helped you. If you're getting ready, if you're in a similar time position to me, you're finishing up Season 2, or you're getting started for Season 2, or you're getting started for Eden, focus on your troops. Get as many as you possibly can. You need that demolition power. You need to be able to use them. They need to be able to be wounded, and you've got backup. You've constantly got backup so you can refill your legions and attack. Focus on your research. Get that zone com done, and if you haven't done it already, get your T9 research done, get your footmen, get your legion research done. Focus on your blacksmith materials, yeah? Get out there. Attack the destroyers, attack the Gale, hard axe, or whatever his name is. Get those materials in, make those gold pieces of equipment. Other than that, best of luck. As I said, there will be a video coming out in the next 10 to 12 days where we will go through Eden, everything I know, everything. I'm going to have to watch some other videos of other people, and it's changed since the last time I was there for sure. But I'm going to be asking a lot of our team members to give me some of their info, and we're going to start generally building up into a kind of a guide to Eden, and that'll be the first episode. It's kind of like a pre-Eden guide thing. Right. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye. I don't know how do I turn it on? Oh yeah, this one.